Welcome to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and today we're going to make money. How do you ask? Well, we're gonna buy low and sell high. It's a very simple rule. So let's see if we can succeed in that. We're gonna start a new game. On an empty slot, we shall begin. Now we can play payback, campaign, or free play. I'm gonna do free play for the simple reason that this game came out on the 6th of September to be fully released, and a lot of other people played it already on the streamer, so you probably know the game, and most people either played the payback, which was in the early access, or the campaign, which was new in the fully release. So I thought, just do a free play, because, you know, give you something a little bit different. So now let's begin. Now we're gonna play on the standard, because we don't want to be that different. We're gonna call ourselves SPS Rich. That's my name. Ooh, I love that we have the bird. I kind of want a different head though. Oh, this is like that. What? You look very, I don't know, I want to look. Yeah, we'll look like that. With the bird. That's kind of funny. Now we're going to call our first horse Xemex. And we're gonna call our second horse Xemex the Quick. Because this horse is super fast. And this one's kind of normal. So we'll have Xemex and Xemex the Quick. Now let us begin. SPS Rich on the way. Now here you can pick sort of like specialization or background, I should say. And it's gonna give you some sort of a benefit. For example, if you're a soldier, you're a fighter, you get bonus to combat. You can click on the detailed view and see more specifically what kind of bonus it gives you. So you can see it gives us a security bonus and a conceal bonus, and we get bravery and a town bonus in a town and stuff like that. Now, what I like here, there are a couple of interesting things. I do like Sailor because it increases your capacity, which is quite nice. Stable Head, I don't think being fast is that important. Scholar is interesting because you can be smart and you can improve your ability to avoid and flee from danger again, but not the best thing in the world, I think. Smith is also nice, but what I want to do is Seer. Now, what I like here is the useful market events last longer. This is especially important because a big part of the merchant is, like I said, buying low, selling high, and different towns have different events that last for a certain amount of time. And if they last longer, you can sell for a very, very big difference in money, and it can be very effective. So it can be even more effective than the capacity, because if I can buy 30 goods and sell it for a difference of 3, I make 90. But if I can sell it for only 20 goods but for a difference of 10, then I make 200. So you can see that it can be really big difference. So and also look in the detail view, which is going to give us speed, conceal bonus. It also gives us a bonus in outline, but I don't think we'll get to that time because it's pretty far. Instantly no correct location for such missions, also nice, but I do want it for the market events that last longer. The joke they all make is that you should have seen it coming, seen that the bottom would fall out of the prognostication market. Your skills don't work like that, of course. You're never shown a clear picture of what the future holds. What you do is more akin to peering through a keyhole into a room beyond, except there are many rooms all sharing the same place. Also, the keyhole is impossibly cold, latching itself onto your skin, so perhaps a merchant's life will suit you better anyway. Your knack for seeing ahead may serve you well in the world of commercial free enterprise. This is what our father, who is also a seer, said when we told him about her dream to be a merchant. So this is how he was very supportive. He sort of insulted our seer skills, but we take it, okay? As long as he's on board, we're fine with it. So we start on Woodford. You can see this little beautiful horse chess piece, which is us. You can also see us here on the left with our 2 beautiful horses, Xemex and Xemex the Quick, and my little card on which I have absolutely nothing. And here we can see my caravan speed, caravan capacity, which is 15, caravan defense, which is 1, and caravan concealment, which helps you to sort of hide from enemies, I guess. Okay, so we are going to go to Randos. The first thing you want to do is you can look. By the way, I love that the city is called Randos, because if, you know how the city was created? It's just like a bunch of random people that were kind of walking around. They were like, we need a place to stay, I want to live somewhere. And then they saw this random place and they were like, oh, this seems like a good place to start a town. How are we going to call the town? Well, we're just a bunch of random people in a random place. What if we call it the Randos? That's how the city became, called Randos. And it welcomes all the random people. The more different you are, the more accepting they are to you in randos. Like if you are the epiphany of a typical normal person, you're kind of gonna be kicked out. So since we are a seer, they're gonna love us in randos, okay? So what you want to do is you can look at the prices of the different goods. You can see them here. You can see what is below average price and above average price. You want to look at the goods that doesn't have a small symbol on the bottom. For example, you can see that the shirts have a triangle. Well, we can't quite buy that yet. We can only buy the regular stuff. So we can see that above average price is iron, and I think that's called meat, the purple thing. So unfortunately, we cannot buy iron or the purple thing in wood for a cheap price. But we could buy it for a regular price and then maybe still sell it for above average price over there. Alternatively, we could buy something that's cheap here and it's just regularly priced here, which is, for example, beer. So we want to buy beer in wood 4. I'm going to buy it here. We're going to buy a couple of beer because it's cheap. All 4 of them. And then we're going to buy iron, which is yeah, it's kind of on the lower end of the average cost. So since we know that it's overpriced in randos, it's going to be good for us. Now we have 10 capacity, we have 5 left. And we're going to buy some meat. Though the meat is kind of on the high end, so it's probably not going to make me that much money. Is there anything else that's like cheap here and average in randos? No. Alright, I'll buy it. I'll buy the meat then. Went to 38. You can see the kind of set of stuff that we can buy here. Now, we can also click on the wood 4 and we can go to the tailor. If we didn't like the way we look, we can change it. We can go to market, which is where we went, and we can, once we unlock to level 2, we can go to a tavern where we can hire sort of mercenaries which will help us fight. And the combat in this game is quite unique, so we definitely want to check that out. And we can pick some missions. Now I want to collect chest to Oxtown, collect letter to Archon, then return, find best location in Oxtown, Serenity, or Lancer. Well, actually the Archon, where's Archon? Archon's down here. We could go to Archon after Randos, so we are going to grab the mission for collect letter to Archon, then returning. Now this will increase our target rating, which if you have high target rating, then you're more likely to get taken by bandits because you look like you've got good stuff. So let's now move to Randos. Road security is excellent, so hopefully we should not meet any enemies. Okay. An ambush aftermath. Interesting. 2 guardsmen staggered towards your cart from the wilderness. Both are suffering from a number of injuries, nothing life-threatening, but certainly a painful collection of cuts, scrapes, and bruises. They explained that they were part of a patrol that was ambushed by bandits and were separated from others in the ensuing chaos. We could offer to escort them back, but I do not have any soldiers. So if I do it, I might die. But I'm gonna do it because I'm a nice person. Ooh, it worked. It will increase the danger of the caravan quite a lot, as the bandits may well come looking for these errant guardsmen. Bandits are notorious about tying up loose ends. Still, you'll be darned if you're going to leave these men out here without helping them back to the safety of the nearest settlement. Whew. We get compassion and bravery, which is nice, but we didn't get ambushed. Yes, we did it. Nice. We're now in Randos. I'm gonna read you about Randos because I like it. Randos is within the boundaries of the Holbeck Forest, but is actually to be found inside an enormous artificial arbor. A large clearing where the trees still encroach above as much as they can. The Druidic scholars found sunlight here to be at least 50% more dappled than anywhere else. The city also features generous sparkling lakes and is known for the production of tools, particularly its famous Rand axes. I like that. Also home to the Hunters Guild, said to be amongst the finest marksmen around. Their motto, we are among the finest marksmen around. Well, they're good marksmen, they're certainly not creative. Let's try to explore the city, see what we can find here. Wandering past one of the city's many parks, you are accosted by an elderly woman who drags you over to a nearby tree and points up into it, directing your attention to her cat perched up in the branches and good 30 feet up. This must happen a lot in Randos, since there are more trees than people and seemingly more cats than either. I told you, they like unusual people. Scare it down. You just need to make staying in the tree a less attractive option. Gravity is a harsh mistress, but you can do it. Let's try to scare it down. Oh, you lost compassion? You agree to help, but the woman's smile quickly vanishes when she sees that your plan to get her cat back to terra firma involves scaring it out with branches. It works a treat, and the cat leaps from the tree directly onto your face, scratching you mercilessly before the old woman rips it off of you, chides it mightily, and then thanks you vaguely. Well, we got compassion, lost compassion, so I guess that's fine. Now, let's go to the market and we can sell the meat. So we're gonna make a profit of 4 per each meat, which is really not that much. But we are going to get quite a nice, actually not that much profit on the beer either, but nice profit on the iron. Now, now it's a very important thing. So, Eton has a super high prices of leaves for the following 139 hours. And I can buy here leaves, for also above average. I thought it would be cheap. Oh man. Yeah, okay, that's super expensive, so we're not doing that. So let's check out Archon. Above average price is just wood. Can I buy wood for cheap here? Yes, I can. So let's buy all the 15 wood we can, and we're just gonna move to Archon to finish our missions. Do we have any other mission in Archon? Chest to Arrow, then return. Find hijack horse in Latson. No, I don't really want to go there. So let's just go straight to Archon, and we'll see what happens there. Go. Missions. Okay, Ironhide. Traveling across the lowlands of Central Paraguay, you often see other travelers long before you finally cross paths with them. Distant objects that gradually resolve into carts, patrols, and processions. You're fascinated to see what this strange thing in the distance will turn out to be, because it appears to be a giant moving rock. Just going to Randos. The giant moving rock lives there. As it comes closer, you're amazed to see this object is in fact a wagon of some kind, covered in dull metallic plates with leather padding between. Basically a giant suit of plate armor on wheels. This peculiar vehicle comes to a halt near you, and a thin metallic panel slides aside. All you can see is a pair of blue eyes, but you hear a voice echoing from within. Looking to sell any iron or hides? Name's Ironhide, by the way. Armor. Well, we can because we have a full cart, so sorry. Find ourselves either intrigued by the secretive Master Smith, but are either unable or unwilling to make any deals with them today. Still, you hope to run into them again. I do, they seem super cool. A fallen giant. We have a lot of events today. As soon as we round the corner in the road and are faced with a large tree blocking the way ahead, everyone in the caravan leaps into action, surrounding it in a protective circle, and everyone in the caravan is me, because I've got nobody. You wait for the inevitable ambush, but it never arrives. A normally fallen tree across the road means an ambush, but occasionally it just means there was a lightning storm or a gale recently. There's enough room on the side of the road to move the caravan around this top of giant. We could also stop to collect wood from some of the large branches, although it'll take a while. Well, again, I have no space, so we'll just go. Also, I already have a wagon full of wood, so let's sell all the wood. We made some money, nothing too crazy. Chest to Arrow, elderly peasants to Arrow. Ooh, I kind of want to take the elderly peasants to Arrow. Arrow is here. We could get there. Oh, we can get there immediately. So mission, give me that. Elderly peasants to Arrow. We go. Why can I take the mission? Oh, I have to bring the guardsmen to Serenity. Well, how long to Serenity? 69 hours, so we cannot make use of that, of those grapes. I don't really want to go to Serenity, to be honest. Can I just leave them? And I can buy super cheap grapes here and sell them in Arrow for... Oh, it's the meat that's super cheap there. Not the grapes. But we are supposed to go back to Archon, so I guess we could go through Serenity. And then, what's expensive in Serenity? Meat and iron. None of that I can buy here cheaply. Oh, also grapes. But they're not going to be expensive anymore. Still, we'll buy them because they're super cheap here. Let's buy all the grapes you have. Go. And we'll go to Serenity to get rid of those guys because... yeah. Let's go. Silent Poetry. An unexpected sight greets you as you reach the plateau of a small hill. A man with graying hair stood with an easel, painting the landscape. He is the very picture of calm repose, his eyes moving from landscape to canvas and back again with astute appraisal. He barely seems to notice you passing at first, but then he becomes visibly animated, runs over to your cart and almost steps in front of it in his efforts to slow you down. The composition was missing something, and I don't know what. The gods have smiled on me indeed, bringing you over the hill just when I needed you. The painting needs a merchant's cart in the middle ground, he states with the absolute certainty of an artist on a good day. He explains that he will need to stay put for several hours while he adds the card onto the canvas. In return, he's willing to pay for your time. Oh yeah, I agree. Give me all your money. 500 gold, man! We're gonna have to get painted more often. We're also cultured, we're super cool now. The horse is whining as if imploring you to agree and fulfill their lifelong desires to have their glory on canvas. Of course. Xemex and Xemex the Quicks are now forever on a canvas. Horses are nurturously vain creatures. Anyhow, you agree to the deal. Perhaps time is money, but money is also money. I love that. In this case given in return for time. You're only required to actually place atop of the card for a little while and spend most of the time resting. The artist calls you over when he has completed the work and thanks you energetically. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have fulfilled my lifelong dream of being the best artist in the world. Of course, man. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Okay, we finished the mission with the guards. Now we gotta go to... Oh, actually to Aten is kinda on the way. Yeah, let's grab the mission to Aten. Give me. I'll have to come back, but it's fine. We're kind of living on the edge because we cannot get any soldiers until we get to level 2. We're on level 0. But you know what? You gotta live a little. Yeah, we sold that for cheap, but it was still... It's fine. That might have been a bad choice, but it's okay. I really want to show you the long event, but we aren't getting anything. Above high price... Oh, it's... Okay, that was a mistake. We should have kept the grapes. I guess we can buy them back. Unless... Yeah, okay, we'll buy them back. That was a mistake. But you know what? It's okay. We'll go to Aten. We'll sell them for super high price. Do I still have place in my... No, okay. So let's go to Aten. Ooh, road speed poor. Okay, it's fine. We're getting in. Great. We can sell all the grapes, and now we need them again to go to Serenity. We're not going to Serenity. We're gonna move to wherever we're supposed to go, which is... Oh, we are supposed to go back to Serenity. Now I still need the grapes. I don't want to keep buying the same grapes. It's just silly. But I could show you the event. You know what? Fine, we'll do it. Okay. For the 50th time, we'll buy the same... grapes. The merchants are like super confused. You just sold me the grapes. Why are you buying it back for a higher price? Oh, because I just realized that in Serenity they need the grapes. Let's go back to Serenity, sell the grapes for super high price. Because I will show you. We bought it for 84 and we can sell it for 145. I mean, that's a huge amount of money. They have super cheap wood. That's also cheap in Aten. We need iron. It's kind of expensive here though. We also buy nothing, but that seems like a bad choice. What's cheap here? Let's buy leaves. Sometimes they want leaves. So buy leaves. And also I will show you upgrades. So we can get up. Oh, we can also have skills. So we have 1 upgrade point, so we can put in some sort of a skill. For example, we could increase capacity, or we could have extra hire slot for the soldiers. Oh, hard bargain. 20% reduction in card upgrade prices. Good reputation. 20% more goods available to buy in all markets. Let's do that. Give me a bit more of... Okay, you're not have any more. Now, there is upgrades we can buy. Not here. But in some places we can buy upgrades. I will show them to you once we find it. Is Arrow on the way? It's not. So we'll go back to Aten. What are my missions? I took the chest in Aten, didn't I? Did I not take the chest here? I want to leave my chest. Okay, I guess we didn't grab the chest in Aten. That was a mistake then. Okay. We are here. We must collect the mission. Okay, now we can do the upgrades. Okay, I can at least show you the upgrades. So, we can, for example, increase our speed and capacity. Or capacity and defense. Let's increase our speed and capacity for 750. We get better wheels. We could also get reinforced structure for better capacity. Let's do that as well. And now I'm going to buy all the leaves you have, all the grapes you have, which is... What am I filled up with? Oh, leaves. I am thinking... Oh wait, but you do not have any more grapes, do you? No, you don't. I kind of want to sell the leaves for a good price. It takes us 34 hours, so we could sell the grapes for higher price at Serenity, but we only have 1, so it seems a bit pointless. They do have wood here, but wood is also cheap over there. We could buy beer though. Do we have beer here? Yeah, okay, let's buy all the beer. Go back to Serenity where we'll get rid of the of the chest. The disposed. The caravan is making good time, but then slow circle as around half a dozen battered peasants appeared from the roadside and crowd around it. The land was taken off them by a nobleman and they were cast from their home. There's supposed to be laws to prevent this kind of thing, but these laws do not seem to be getting enforced these days. You know what, we're gonna give them the money because we're nice. We're a nice guy. We took care of the soldiers, now we take care of these guys, we're okay. Give the matriarchs of the family some coins. It should be enough to rent a small holding. Give them some kind of chance. Plus 2 reputation and compassion. Okay. We shall sell all the beer for 111. That's fantastic. And also all the one grape that we have. And now, we shall keep moving. We need to level up a little bit more so we can get that fighting thing, which I would really like. We could explore this. Do we want to explore this is my question. I keep just going between Etten and Serenity. Do you have any cool mission? Oh, crate to Etten. Give me. Give me your crate. Above price they have grapes and iron. So do we. We have cheap leaves. I guess we'll buy the leaves again. And off we go. Off we go. I really want to level up. Ooh, this one in merchant. We can buy nothing because we don't have the stuff, so let's just go. Sorry, I don't have any place. Oh, we failed a mission? I guess it took us too long to handle it. It's alright though. At least now we can get new missions. We could also get more card upgrades, which I kind of like. Let me first sell my leaves. No, I meant sell, not buy. And in the cards, oh, we could get a really increased capacity and speed. Let's do that. Metal suspension. I love that it actually changes the picture. That's really, really nice. Oh, we should also repair it. Go. I need to be high quality. Oh, Randos has lots of stuff. Unfortunately, no events. But they have nothing cheap that we have cheap. Wait, can I get some mission? Nothing really that we would like. I guess we'll buy the meat. And you know what, let's explore. It takes 6 hours, we can see what happens. You find yourself at an afternoon off. The caravan is undergoing repairs, the horses are resting, the guards you hired are cautiously removing arrows from various parts of their bodies. What will you do with yourself? Go to the meeting places, listen to the people, get a feel for what matters here. Even time off is just a chance to work, earn some easy money. Let's earn some easy money. We get 250 coin. That's weird, really, how people ask you to deliver things nearby which they could easily have taken themselves. Still, a healthy return in coins made the chasing around on errands worthwhile. Okay, now I said I wanted to buy meat. Meat and chicken, whatever that is. Oh, that's grain. Okay, let's get all the grain we can and some meat. Oh, the meat is not expensive. That's fine. We'll go to Randos and we'll get rid of everything. Fury Torment. With the forest road running close to a small stream, you stop the caravan from a short hiatus. You find yourself staring into the depths of the forest, past the column-like oaks, through a tangle of shrubs and tall grass, light fading away to green-hued shadows. Your ears suddenly become more attuned to your surroundings, to the signs of life all around. The songs and cries of the birds, the rustling in the underground as small creatures rage out of sight. Slight movements of the highest branches, blown by winds that can't reach you down here on the forest floor. There's something else as well. It slowly comes into oral focus. What is that? A discordant, chaotic sound. Things breaking, being pulled apart and smashed to pieces. Ever so slowly you turn around to be met with a terrible sight. A score of squirrels cover your trade cart, ripping things off it and carrying them away. Squirrels! Come on! Let's distract them with grain, because we've got staff, and now we're super smart. You have grain in stock. Thinking and acting quickly, you rush to the back of the cart and grab large handful of the stuff, throwing it off towards the trees. After a moment of squeaky decision-making, the squirrels jump off your cart and start scooping up the grain before diving away deeper into the safety of the forest. We are calm and smart now. Because yeah, we rogue. Let's sell all the stuff. I hope that actually made me money. Any missions I could take? Yeah, elderly peasants to Etten and peasants to Etten. Sure, let's take all the peasants. Which means I have to go back to Etten again. We just keep going to Etten all the time. Etten's our new favorite place. Ooh, we could get grapes though. Give me all your grapes. And we'll go and we'll sell. I'm really just trying to level up. Ooh, party of 4. But nothing to sell. For whatever reasons, it seemed that adventurers tend to travel in groups of 4, except for us because we travel alone. Apparently, it's the best site to provide a good mix of skill without needing to dilute the rewards among too many. So whenever you see a group of 4 on the road, odds are they are adventurers. One time they were tax collectors, they're always very just the same. A state collector seems to invent a very specific and immediate taxes whenever they meet anyone. Fortunately, these quarters are indeed a band of adventurers. They look pleased to see you as you pass them on the road and wave you down to buy some goods. The leaders explain that they're about to delve into a notorious cave system and need to stock up on supplies before heading in. If they're approaching the caves, they're willing to pay a premium. Sorry, I've only got grapes. Regretfully, you have nothing helpful to sell, so you simply wish them well, and we leave. Sorry. We finished all of our missions. We'll sell all the grapes. Do we go to Randos again? Let's donate this so we get better reputation. So we need to buy 2 meat, 2 wood, and no, 2 grain, 2 wood, and 1 meat. They have no grain. So much for our mission. This is gonna take too long to get to. And actually, no. Actually, we might be able to get to, but that's super cheap. Let's try to get to Wood 4 as quickly as possible. So we need to buy. We'll buy. Didn't I just have grapes? Let's just buy nothing. Move to Randos, because we're trying to get to Wood 4 in time. A moving library, it's really common to see a card of some kind of heading in the opposite direction, and then after it turns out to be local farmers or villagers heading to the nearest town. The card looked much like all of the others on the horizon, but as it approaches you quickly detect that it's rather notable. It appears to be some form of traveling library, rickety construction apparently on wheels and seemingly to defy physics by moving along, not collapsing. It has a wooden roof and what appears to be a working chimney, which cannot be a good idea inside a moving vehicle. You could borrow a book. Let's borrow a book and be smarter. And we get XP, which is what I want. Give me all the... And now we can go to the tower! Yes! Finally! And we can now hire our fantastic soldiers. So this thing is security, defense, and health. So this is essentially attack. So we're gonna grab Edgar here because he has a good attack. And we're going to grab Elliot because he is... Actually, we'll just take Malin because he is really good. We'll take them all. We'll take them all. We don't have anything here, do we? Bringing on the roads to Wood 4. Let's grab that. That's on the way. And we want to get to here super quickly. We can get there in time. That's great. But I want to sell something. You want wool. Let's buy some wool. Give me all your wool. We'll sell it over there for high price. Go. Off we go. Oh, okay. So we get a battle, which is kind of perfect. So the way the battle works is interesting. You can see from which direction they're attacking you, and sometimes they attack you from multiple directions, and you kind of need to focus on fighting them off. Every time if they win from a certain direction, they destroy stuff in your card, so then you lose things, which is not great. Now, luckily they're all attacking from the same direction, so we're just gonna assign all of our people over here. Now, some of them have sort of abilities. For example, Edgar is an archer. He's a Deadeye, can attack targets in the opposite quadrant. So I could place him over here, which means that he would be unable... Sorry. I want to unassign them both. I could place Edgar over here because he can attack the people in here. And they cannot attack him because he's further away. Malin has an ability of always attacked first, which is, I guess, fine by me. So let's put Malin over here. And Aelid doesn't have any abilities. Not enough deployment time left. I can't place him anywhere? No, because we don't have enough deployment time. Alright, well, I guess we'll just go with these two. We have 4 attack and 1 defense. Okay, one of our people might die. Okay, 4 attack versus their 2 defense. So, go. Okay, we win. We killed one of their soldiers. We killed both of their soldiers. Perfect. So we have now. Now this is where it says like if the enemy were victorious in their direction, then they will get a chance to loot your card and stuff like that. So we want to make sure that they don't do that. We get extra XP. Well, I think that's gonna be end for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and you can click on the right top to watch Spellcaster University, or you can click on the right bottom to watch Goria, which is a city builder. I'll see you in one of those. Bye bye.